Hello everybody, this is Napa Fan here, and this is race number 1 in season number 2 of the HERS Dash Series, the NRLOA HERS Dash Series here on the NRLOA channel. And it is going to begin here tonight at the Homestead Miami Speedway the evening before the big race tomorrow morning on my main channel, the Chick-fil-A Cup Series Season 6 finale. And we have one guy in this race who is part of that Final Four tomorrow, and that's Trey Barta, driving the number 39 in this series this season. Getting a little bit of, I guess you could say experience, a little bit more experience on this racetrack before he heads into that big race tomorrow. But right now, it's the beginning of the season for the HERS Dash Series, race 1 of 10. And this is the Penske Truck Rentals 200 at the Homestead Miami Speedway, a 27-lap race around this 1.5-mile speedway in Homestead, Florida. And this was where we left off the last time the HERS Dash Series race. That was season number 1, where Mitchell Carter and Zachary Fitzwater tied for the points lead after the final race of the season. But Mitchell Carter won the race. Zachary Fitzwater did not have any wins that season, so therefore Mitchell Carter was awarded the championship. He returns to the number 21 this season, and he joins a lot of new faces and some old faces as well in this series. 32 drivers in the field this season, and it's going to be a good season here for the HERS Dash Series season number 2. 10 races. It will end on September 1st. 3 weeks from now, so it's going to be a fast one up until we get to the Napa Truck Series, which will be on my main channel. Anyways, let's go ahead and head trackside to fire these guys up here for the Penske Truck Rentals 200 at the Homestead Miami Speedway.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
And a great command there to fire these guys up. We are ready to get rolling here for the first race of the season in Season 2 of the NRLOA HERS Dash Series. 8 more competitors in each race this season, and we will reset the field so that the number 14 of Tristan Allen can start. But until then, we'll go through the top 10 starting positions. Adam Lewis in the number 5. Number 5 was not a car in last season. Neither was the 47. That car is driven by the Season 3 Napa Truck Series champion, Stuart Bratton. And speaking of the Napa Truck Series, that will begin immediately following the conclusion of the HERS Dash Series this season on Napa Fan. Justin Heath in his first ever start. I guess you can theoretically say on Napa Fan, but this isn't actually on the Napa Fan channel, but, you know, I'm doing it, so theoretically this is a Napa Fan race, a Napa Fan series. In his first ever start, he's starting alongside the number 42 of Zach Ryan. We have the 83 of Jonathan King, who won the Phoenix race in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series not too long ago. And Tanner Palau in the 27, the Norwegian driver, making his first ever start here on Napa Fan. We're going to go ahead and reset the field so that Tristan Allen can start here today, so hold on just 1 second. And these drivers are all going to roll off this time. The rest of the top 10 starting positions, the number 11 of Matthew Phillips starting alongside Trey Barta, who could be the Chick-fil-A Cup Series champion tomorrow morning. He's one of the Final Four drivers. Got a good chance of winning here tonight. Number 34, driven by Daniel McMillan, and the 18 of Dale Salzman, returning to this series for another season. Season 2 of the HERS Dash Series is green. We're racing here at Homestead. To the inside for the lead, the number 38 of Justin Heath trying to get around Adam Lewis. Lewis on the outside trying to get the run up there. But it's going to be side by side down the backstretch on lap 2 of this race. Number 27, Tanner Palau in his first ever start. Of course, Justin Heath's in his first ever start as well, and they're both in the top 5 right now. Here comes the 42 of Zach Ryan. He's trying to win his first ever race. And the number 5 of Adam Lewis is going to lose the lead away from the 38 of Justin Heath. Here comes the 42, trying to get a run to the inside of the 38. And Heath will get the run on the outside here for the moment, but the 42 looks to be very fast. Same with the 27 of Tanner Palau. Both of those drivers are on the inside lane right now, and it looks like the 27 might try to go 3 wide for the lead. Right behind these guys is the most experienced driver in the top 5. That is Jonathan King, and around goes the 33 and the 78 down the front stretch. Fortunately, that'll be all that will occur. The 78 of Cody Sill going around with Eli Bright in the 33. And they will race back to the line. One thing I will like to point out about restarts. The double file restarts have been abolished here. And they will all start single file, lap down cars and lead lap cars for the restart. Justin Heath wins the race back to the line. They were 4 wide there. A little bit of contact between Isaac Nichols and I believe it was the 2, and around goes the 31 into the inside wall on the cooldown lap. And John Arndt, who was a chase driver in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, getting involved in this accident here, and it looks like he may have some damage to his race car. Well, how about this? Top 2 drivers making their first ever starts here today. Justin Heath, Tanner Palau, 1-2 right now. There are no pit stops in this series, so these guys do not have to come in for fuel or anything during the courses of these races. Number 11 of Matthew Phillips, the 34 of Daniel McMillan, and the 83 of Jonathan King is the top 5. Let's go ahead and see what happened to bring out the first caution here tonight in the Penske Truck Rental 200. And coming off of turn number 4, Cody Sill got a little loose, ran into John Andrews, then bounced back up into Eli Bright. As Diego Yepes in the 22 right behind the 78. It's also his first ever start. Now, fortunately, this was all that happened here to bring out the caution. The 78 of Cody Sill going around, but he should be able to continue as he had minimal contact with other drivers on the racetrack. So it's a fortunate one there for those drivers. Not too major. And it looks like all 32 drivers should be able to continue after this one. Replaying this in real time, the 78 just getting a little loose in the John Andrews, and Eli Bright also going around. Andrews and Bright are teammates at RCR. And number 78 getting the worst end of this one as he got spun on lap 4 of this race. Tough break for those drivers involved, but they should still be able to continue. Justin Heath won the race back to the line. And coming to the line, we had a little bit of an issue. They were going 4 wide, and they were not able to figure it out on the cooldown lap. You see John Arndt, Trey Bartow, our pole sitter Adam Lewis, and Zach Ryan in the middle of all that. The number 2 of Luke Rainey got into Isaac Nichols, and then Isaac Nichols got into John Arndt, and a very hard impact for the 31 in the inside wall, considering the speeds he was going. That might actually end John Arndt's day here at the Homestead Miami Speedway. And keep in mind, this is a strict points championship, no chase. And it's about consistency here. And a crash like that could mean you do not win the championship because it's all about the points. And if you finish last, you get 1 point. And that's not too good. John Arndt did not come down the pit lane. I believe he attempted to do so, but he was not able to get down there in time. And then he filed into where he was when they crossed the line. Anyway, let's go ahead and get to the restart. Justin Heath and Tanner Palau, both in their first ever starts. 1-2 here at Homestead in the HERS Dash Series. We are back here at the Homestead Miami Speedway for the Penske Truck Rental 200. And rookie Justin Heath is out front in the number 38, followed by Tanner Palau in his first ever start as well, Matthew Phillips, Daniel McMillan, Jonathan King, Derek Hamill, Adam Lewis, and there is John Arndt in the 31. Now, he did come down the pit lane to repair damage. However, everybody behind him slowed down and let him stay in his position when he came out of the pit lane, so he's still running 8th. It's Trey Bartow, Zach Ryan rounding off the top 10 here at Homestead. Number 38, Justin Heath, the leader. Let's see what he does here on this restart. Lap 9 of 27 is when they will restart here at Homestead. And all 32 drivers, I should say, still on the lead lap and still in contention to pull off a victory, except for Zach Ryan, who just blew up in the 42. And they are 4 wide, trying to get around somebody. Now, I believe that somebody is John Arndt. He did gain significant damage to his race car, and he is not running near as fast as everybody else, so he is clogging up this racetrack. So John Arndt and Zach Ryan both with issues on this restart. I do believe, however, that they are going to figure it out as John Arndt falls to the back of the field, but still, it is a hornet's nest around those guys deep in the pack. To the lead, Tanner Palau in the 27, trying to get to the inside of Justin Heath. And they're going to be side by side through the corner. Daniel McMillan, Jonathan King. Considering Heath and Palau are in their first ever starts, these two guys are veterans right here, and they are both in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. As a matter of fact, if it were not for the chase format in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series season number 6, Daniel McMillan would be the points leader. That is how consistent McMillan has been, and for season 7 of the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, just like this series here, it will be a strict points championship, and I'm sure for somebody consistent like Daniel McMillan, that's exactly what he wants. Palau was not able to get around Justin Heath there at that moment. Heath will lead lap number 11 here at Homestead. The 27 trying to get to the inside. It's tough to do so here at the Homestead Miami Speedway, but it is possible, and this 27 may be able to get the run here with help from Justin Heath's teammate, Daniel McMillan. Of course, McMillan's going to try to make it 3 wide for the lead here with Jonathan King and Derek Hamill on the inside lane, pushing him. And they're 3 wide at the line, and I believe McMillan got it to stick. No, my goodness, look at the margin of victory between those 3 drivers there. Not margin of victory, but margin at the line. It was Justin Heath leading that lap, but now he has fallen back to 3rd as McMillan and Palau battle for the lead. 4 wide for the 3rd position. Here comes Matthew Phillips in the number 11. Don't look now. Here comes a guy with a lot of experience. Trey Bartow in the 39. He's a Turkey Hill Series champion, and he's going to fight for a championship tomorrow in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, but they're going to go 5 wide off the corner. My goodness, will they be able to make it stick? I think they're going to fan it down. They were 5 wide at one moment, exiting turn number 2, and fortunately they figured it all out. Luke Rainey, the Haas IndyCar Series champion and the Indianapolis 250 winner from earlier this year, in his first race back since the Indianapolis 250. And Rainey to the inside of the 39, right behind him. It's the 20 of Sam Robinson. This is his first ever start as well in the number 20 machine, and he's close to knocking on the door for the top 10. Daniel McMillan has cleared Tanner Palau for the lead. Adam Lewis, our pole sitter. Derek Hamill and Jonathan King right behind, but it's the 34 of McMillan leading the field right now in the Penske Truck Rental 200. Adam Lewis, the pole sitter, back up to 2nd place for Hendrick Motorsports. Great run for him here tonight. And here comes Isaac Nichols in the 48. He was in this series last season, driving the same exact ride he's driving right now. He has just moved up to the 4th position. Side by side, Adam Lewis and Daniel McMillan for the lead. Here comes the 17 of Derek Hamill. Derek Hamill made his debut in the NRLOA USF 2000 series, and he was outstanding over there. Been a part-time driver in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series this season, but now he's full-time in a ride here in the Hers Dash Series, looking to grab a championship. And the way you do it here in the Hers Dash Series is you get consistent finishes, and right now Derek Hamill is right where he wants to be for those consistent finishes. Tanner Palau finding his way back to the inside. He's to the inside of Isaac Nichols, Trey Bartow, Luke Rainey still here. Justin Heath, he fell back in the 38, but he's now on the inside lane once again. And we now have ourselves 10 laps to go here at Homestead. Derek Hamill to the inside, 3 wide for the lead on Adam Lewis and Daniel McMillan. Tanner Palau and Isaac Nichols right behind these guys, and it's a 5-car battle right now for this lead. Trey Bartow is up to 6th in the 39. There goes Palau, 3 wide for the lead, almost 4 wide for the lead here at Homestead. This is one of the best racetracks for racing. This is why we hold the finale race in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series here at this racetrack. Look at the way they fan out through the corners. You never know which line's going to work either. Sometimes it's the middle line, sometimes it's the inside line. And around goes the 24, Justin Zedell, in his first ever start, causing the second caution of the night. However, I believe he was the only driver involved. And we're going to have ourselves a late race restart here at the Homestead Miami Speedway in the HERS Dash Series. There's Justin Zedell, his first ever start as well. One of 6 drivers making their first ever starts here tonight. And it's not going to end too well for the number 24. I believe everybody is still on the lead lap except for Zach Ryan. And even John Arnn is still on the lead lap in number 31. You see him there. He had the issue on the restart. Now, the fortunate thing is, we got rid of double file restart, so there's going to be nobody starting on the inside. But even if we didn't, we're within 10 laps to go, so that will not be an issue. Derek Hamill won the race back to the line, followed by Isaac Nichols, Tanner Palau, Daniel McMillan, and Trey Bartow. He's the veteran driver in this field, or one of the veteran drivers in this field. We do have Stuart Gratton and Nicholas Samadillo driving in this series this season. We have not seen much of either of those drivers here tonight, but nonetheless they are in the race somewhere on the racetrack. Number 17 leads the field. Let's go ahead and see what happened to Justin Zedell to bring out the second caution of the night here at the Homestead Miami Speedway in the opening event of Season 2 in the NRLOA HERS Dash Series. And coming off a turn 4 yet again, the number 43 of Marcus Sachi in his first ever start as well. Got into Marty Johnson in the 6, came back up on Justin Zedell, and the 24 went around. But just like the last accident we had, it was a single car spin, so thankfully nobody is going to get knocked out after this accident. It is a tough break for Zedell. He was running in the top 20. He's going to fall back to, I believe, 31st on this late race restart. But no damage to the 24, so he should be good to go and fight for a few more positions at the end of this race. Replaying this in real time. And just like the first one, getting a little too close for comfort, exiting turn number 1. Marcus Sachi and Marty Johnson getting into each other, sending the 24 of Justin Zedell around. And just a minor incident there, which is a good thing. And I believe we're going to still have the 31 drivers still in the race on the racetrack. The only driver out is Zach Ryan in the number 42 as he blew an engine on that last restart. Leader of the race is Derek Hamill. It's going to be a late race restart. Let's see what he can do when we return to the Homestead Miami Speedway in the HERS Dash Series. Back here at the Homestead Miami Speedway, we will restart with 3 laps to go here in the Penske Truck Rental 200. The number 17 of Derek Hamill will lead the field to the restart. Right behind him, it is Isaac Nichols, who almost could be a Final Four driver, but he got eliminated at Phoenix on Wednesday. It's an unfortunate one for him. Tanner Palau, he's been very strong here today in the number 27. Daniel McMillan in the 34, and Trey Bartow, who will be battling for a championship tomorrow morning in the 39, running in the 5th position. Who's going to win the first race of the season? Here in the Hers Dash Series Season number 2, Derek Hamill leads the field. We're back to racing here at Homestead. Nichols is going to try the outside lane here, and I don't know if that's going to work, but it might. Hamill's going to clear him 3 wide for second. Great news for Daniel McMillan. In the 34 to the inside of Palau and Nichols. And Trey Bartow's in a pretty good position as well right now in the number 39. He might get a run to the inside of the 27. But it is Derek Hamill in the 17 pulling away, coming to 2 laps to go here at Homestead. Will Hamill hold him off, or will somebody else get the victory? Tanner Palau, Daniel McMillan, side by side for second. Here comes the 5 of Adam Lewis to the inside of Trey Bartow. And the more they race side by side for second, the easier it will be for Derek Hamill to win this race. They're coming to the white flag here in the Penske Truck Rental 200 in the Hers Dash Series Season number 2. Derek Hamill leads it with 1 lap to go. The 17 pulling away. Tanner Palau trying to clear McMillan. McMillan trying to do the same to Palau. And they are still side by side. And with that, the number 17 pulls away. And Derek Hamill is going to have no competition for this win. Coming at a turn number 4, the number 17, Derek Hamill, wins here at Homestead in the Hers Dash Series Season number 2. The Penske Truck Rental goes to Derek Hamill. And the number 17 will be atop the point standings exiting today's race here at Homestead. Number 27 of Tanner Palau with third. The 34 of Daniel McMillan grabbed the second position. Luke Rainey finishing in the 4th place, and Isaac Nichols rounding out the top 5 here tonight at the Homestead Miami Speedway. A great race there, especially for Derek Hamill, who pulled away near the end to grab the victory, beating off Daniel McMillan, Tanner Palau, Luke Rainey, Isaac Nichols, Adam Lewis, Trey Bartow. And I think for Bartow, that's exactly what he wanted. He did not want to have any crashes or anything like that tonight. He wanted a strong finish just to get used to what's going to happen to him tomorrow. He's going to be one of those final 4 drivers in tomorrow's Chick-fil-A 500. And he's going to have a good shot at winning the championship in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series for the first time in his career. Justin Heath, Jonathan King, Matthew Phillips, the top 10 here at Homestead. Take a look at the rest of the results right there. Zach Ryan with an ignition issue on the restart. And he's going to finish in last place. John Arndt was involved in that crash on that cool-down lap under the first caution. And he finishes 10 seconds behind the leader. Anyways, a great race here at the Homestead Miami Speedway, but I can guarantee you that tomorrow morning on Napa Fan, that race is going to be even better. The Chick-fil-A 500, the champion for Season 6 will be decided, and it's going to be the final time we use this format in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. So, who's going to be the champion in the last ever Final 4 race of the Chick-fil-A Cup Series? Because in Season 7, we will be going to a strict points championship format. So, just like this one, it's going to be more fair. That's why we're doing that for season number 7. But still, does not mean that tomorrow is going to be a bad race. It's going to be very exciting between Trey Bartow, Elijah Gordon, Daniel Bouchard, and Al Lagasse. One of those 4 drivers will be the champion in season number 6 of the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. Anyways, thank you guys very much for watching here tonight for the Hers Dash Series at Homestead. And don't forget, tomorrow morning on Napa Fan, it is the Chick-fil-A 500. I may upload it on both channels. It's possible I might do that. I don't know why, but I just want you guys to watch it because it's going to be a good race, you know? I definitely have had fun with Season 6. Lately, it's not been as fun because the races have dragged out so long. Until I'm looking forward to this series because this did not take too long to do at all. But I can guarantee you that tomorrow's race is going to be a great one, and you're definitely not going to want to miss it. But anyways, thank you guys very much for watching. Congratulations to Derek Hamill, the winner here in the Penske Truck Rental 200 in Homestead. Next race is going to be somewhere. I forgot the schedule, but you guys will know what it is when the HERS Dash Series returns on Monday right here on the NRLOA channel. Thank you guys very much for watching. Congratulations to Derek Hamill, and here are the points for the HERS Dash Series Season number 2. I will see you guys later.
Someone's banging on the door. I hear it loud and clear.